Hey guys, so I spent some time this morning. I'm nervous. God, I'm nervous again. What the hell? I'm nervous because I made the commitment to myself this morning to share something that I don't really share that openly about how I work. Well, not even how I work, but a way in which I work. And I think it's important. I feel like obviously there's importance to it, otherwise I wouldn't feel so strongly to share. So two things I want to share about, like, values. I think it's important for you to know, and as you get to know me through these 111 days of and get to know how I work and all of that, I feel like it's important that you understand that I work from a place of honesty and integrity in my work and a place of authenticity. So if you ever either decide to become a client of mine as a coaching client, or a client of mine for somebody who's just looking for a single session, those kinds of things, I just want you to know I'm not the type of psychic who, is gonna make shit up. Like, I'm not gonna make it up. It's not gonna be some fluffy, made up, I'm just, that's not how I operate. I had my career as in the criminal justice field for a reason. That reason is that I'm all about evidence and investigation and asking questions. And it just so happens that now I ask questions of spirit and your guides, my guides, ancestors, loved ones. Those are the folks that I'm asking questions to, instead of, the individuals that are sitting across from my desk at probation. So it's all about honesty, integrity. I'm not going to make a round peg fit into a square hole. I'm not going to make something fit that isn't there. I'm not going to, pretend that I'm connected to someone that I am not. But what I am going to do is I'm going to tell you, this is exactly what I'm getting, this is how I'm getting it, and this is the message and the information that I'm getting. It's all about giving and sharing exactly what it is that I'm getting. And quite honestly, in this work, it oftentimes doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know what this is, but I know and I trust enough to share the information that I get, because I trust enough in spirit that the information that I am giving is important to who I'm working with, and that they will understand the message, and that they will understand the information, and that the message isn't for me, it's for them. Now that isn't always the case, because spirit, as a coach, as a psychic medium, we often get things and information that we also need to be reminded of. So it's sort of like the information comes through us, and then as we're speaking it and as we're communicating the information in the message, you're like, oh, yeah, I totally need to hear that too. So we continue to grow and learn as we, and I say we, like other psychics, other authentic mediums out there, we continue to learn and grow as we do this work and we help other people. And that's really the idea. I never profess to know everything about everything. I mean, I just don't. But I also want you to know that I come from a place of authenticity to say, you know what? I don't know. I don't know, but I am happy to work with you to let's figure it out, or let's take the next step, or those kinds of things. So that's, I just wanted to share that with you today. And then the other part that I wanted to share, so the other part I wanted to share with you is that I'm so nervous to say this. God, I think I'm nervous to say this. It feels nervous and exciting to say this because of the implications that it could have, or the judgment that I feel would come after saying this. But I have the gift of sight. I am able to connect and help tap into what your future looks like. It's what I love to do. I love timelines. I have this innate gift and ability to be able to traverse timelines with my clients and help them to discover information along those timelines to be able to better make decisions about what's coming up for their future. That's it. It's my gift of sight. I was really going to phrase it somehow a little different, like, I see the future. That phrase makes me uncomfortable, and I love that. I love that it makes me uncomfortable, because that means that I'm living on the edge of my comfort zone, which means I'm meant to be in that place. So I also see the present, I see the past. So I see all of those. And when I say that it is my intuitive vision that I see this through, and clairvoyance and claircognizance, those tools and gifts and abilities to be able to see that. So what I always say is I have my own personal drone. And so when I'm working with students, clients, coaching clients, I have my own personal drone that I'm able to go and see various locations in their life. So it's as if I'm literally the drone viewing these things, and it's super interesting. And I always wished there was some way, somehow I could get in my own head and like videotape what it is I see, so that more people would understand that what was going on, how I was getting the information, and really the depth and the detail of the information that I get. And so that is that is really probably one of the biggest shares, is that it brings me joy, and it brings me joy to really be able to see into those areas for individuals, so that I can support them in the way that they need to be supported. Sometimes it's not how they want to be supported, but it's a way in which they need to be supported, and that brings me great joy to help people in that way. So well, that didn't feel so bad. I was all nervous that I was going to share this super personal way in which I work, and there it is. I just laid it out there, and so I've had a couple people joke and say, "Oh, it's the Christy drone," sort of thing, or something along those lines, and I don't mind that. That's great, because that helps them to understand the way in which I work. So that's totally cool. And just know that even when I'm in that mode of going into the various timelines for you, I will not bullshit you. I will not give you something that isn't there, because that is not who I am. And I want you to benefit as much from working with me as you can. And that means being honest and working with integrity and being authentic. And so I wanted to share that with you, because that is one of the ways that I work. So I'd love to hear from you. Do you get feelings, or do you have little visions or ideas or moments of where you feel like, and oftentimes it can feel like deja vu, like, oh, I'm here, I've been here before, this has happened before, and those types of moments where you can almost watch it play out. I'd love to hear, those moments from you. Have you experienced that before? And yeah, feel free to comment about what it is you see for the future. What do you have those moments of insight? Do they come as dreams? Do they come as visions? Are you able to tap into that in your everyday life? I'd love to hear about that. So comment below. Tell me about that. If you're listening to this in playback, obviously comment and strike up a conversation. I really want to hear what you guys have to say. So have a fantastic afternoon and evening wherever you are in the world. And tomorrow, what am I doing tomorrow? Tomorrow I'm going to the Scottish Highland Games that are happening here locally. So I'm excited about that. So I may very well be coming to you live from the games, which means there are going to be lots of bagpipes. And it might be kind of noisy, but that's okay. We're going to go live. I'm going to go live just for you. All right. Have a great day. Love you guys.